Hey everyone, Brian from WorkshopAddict.com, and I'm going to explain to you why I think everyone should have the new Bora Portamate Speedhorse in their garage. Now these are metal sawhorses, I get it, hang on, that they have two things that differentiate themselves from many other sawhorses on the market. First, they have a simple one-button unfolding mechanism that allows both legs to come down, and it sets up within seconds. Two, when you put them away, it never makes a difference what leg you put up first. You don't have to know what to do, it's simply easy. Three, there's holes in here that allow you to screw in the lumber that you attach in the lumber rails to allow this system to be very sturdy. Each sawhorse will hold 1,500 pounds if it's evenly distributed throughout. Why I like this system is if you are unloading or using this sawhorses for something that needs to be stable, something that needs to sit on the ground, know that it's not going to flip over even if you have weight pushed across it, these work. We use these simply to pull off a cabinet that we put on our toolbox behind us, and I knew that they wouldn't move and or flip over on their side because they were screwed in two places. Now the rails for the lumber is 43 inches across. You'll notice that I have two 2x2 sitting on here with a shorter piece of OSB on top. That is because I didn't have a full 4x8 sheet when I was pulling this cabinet off. It would have been very nice just to screw a full sheet down to the two rails that are sitting here and allow that whole cabinet to slide off easily. I made it a little more difficult on myself because I didn't have the right materials, but with that said, this system still was very easy to use, and I was very confident that it wasn't moving while trying to move that very heavy cabinet by myself. That's important. So if you're going to use this for the job site use, setting up a table that you're going to work on, putting heavy things on top of, and or putting a saw on it, working on it, creating a table for camping, creating a workbench in your garage, anything like that, this makes it possible. Let's come in for a little bit of a closer view. I'll show you some of the things that they have going on, and we'll get you going. There's going to be a link in the description for where you can buy them. They're about 80 bucks a piece. But let's come in and take a closer look. So you have two lumber rails that will hold 2x4s on each side. They can hold 2x2s, they can hold 2x10s, but if you put 2x4s in here, you notice that you have some distance off the metal. So if you're using this for cutting, you can lay some 2x4s down on the flat, be the exact same level across. You have non-skid surfaces that will hold that lumber in place quite well. These are allowed to be screwed in. Now we just got to come around here and take a look. Bora gave us this plate that has two large holes and two small holes, and on the inside there are four smaller holes. The top larger holes are basically so you can put in shorter screws and get your screwdriver or impact wrench through there. Now if you don't have these shorter screws and you just want to use a longer standard drywall size screw, you can just go through the bottom hole, screw it in just like you would in the top, just have the ability to use a little bit longer screw. These again will hold 2x4s, 2x10s, any dimensional lumber that's 2x, and allow you to screw this together and create something very sturdy. On one side of the sawhorse, you do have a rack that'll fold down, which will hold a 2x4 nicely, or it will also hold some sheet goods in a more vertical position. So I think here the solution is simple. This isn't anything new, but the idea of how it's put together and what it does is slightly different from what's out there, and it fixes a lot of problems where they allow you to attach the lumber and the sides, creating a very sturdy base, and they also give you the quick release here to allow things to be set up quickly and moved along. Now there is no plastic handle in the center, which is one of the first things that's going to get broke if you're sliding lumber across it and or make a mistake cutting, because that could be a big deal if you actually got a little too deep and cut into the metal. Now on this, if you were to cut into the metal on top, say even a 1/4 inch deep, you're not going to mess anything up, but that's why they give you a little more room when you're putting 2x4s here, so you have that area to cut. Now putting these away is simple. You have a little handle on each end. Pull that handle, and it doesn't matter which one goes away first. With practice, you can go really quick, but to set them up, that's it. They're set up and in place. It's easy to use, it's simple, it's fast, it's effective at creating a very, very sturdy base. And I think that's why everyone here should consider having a set of these around, because there are going to be times when you don't really want to pull out the plastic sawhorses or the wood sawhorses for fear that if you slide something across them, they might just fall over. The sturdiness of this is where it's at. So make sure you check that link in the bottom of the description. It'll take you to a place where you can purchase them. As always, I appreciate your time. If you give me a like on this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for spending some time with us. Have a great day.